This is a very special experiment in the National Capital Region, what is called a carbon garden, a place where carbon dioxide is being sequestered into plants. And this is the brainchild of Professor Deenabandhu Sahu. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
Professor Sahu is the head of the Department of Botany of the University of Delhi. And for full disclosure, I am a student of the Department of Botany where I am standing. Dr. Sahu, what is special about this carbon garden?
You see, this carbon garden is very important because if you see across the country, people are putting gardens of different types of flowers and grasses. But carbon garden is a concept for the big cities as well as the small towns, where not only the carbon dioxide will be sequestered and stored, but whatever the toxic polluted gases like methane, carbon monoxide, and various types of volatile gases, they will be also absorbed by special type of plants.
How many plants do you have here in this?
In this small 2000 square feet area, we have 45 plant species, which includes hydrophytes, xerophytes, mesophytes, algae, fungi, bryophytes, pteridophytes, bacteria. 45 are visible, but there are microscopic bacteria as well as the fungi. They are also in this garden.
Now, what is this plant and what is special about this?
Okay. Say, for example, when we talk about the carbon sequestration, this is moringa. And moringa is a very fast-growing plant, and it is a superfood plant nowadays, because when we are giving a concept of garden, we are not only talking about only the ecological significance, but we are also talking about economic viability. In this particular garden, you have plants from all types of groups where people can also get the income. Say, for example, moringa is one particular plant. You have also tulsi, which is based on our traditional knowledge system.
Now, what is special about this plant?
Okay, this is popularly known as snake plant, and snake plant is very, very important that it sequesters a lot of toxic gases from the atmosphere and it produces oxygen in the night. This plant is recommended as an indoor plant as well as in the bedrooms, because the indoor pollution is also one of the most dangerous things which is happening.
Now, you also have some algae ponds. What is this algae pond?
Okay, these algae ponds are very, very important. As you know that the aquatic organisms, the algae produces huge amount of oxygen. Most of the oxygens, what we breathe, comes from the ocean ecosystem or marine ecosystem. And algae is one of the most primitive organisms. Say, for example, spirulina, which is 1.3 billion years old, and it is still there. And when you have a lot of algae ponds inside the garden, this also keeps the ecosystem healthy, and surrounding area not only gets little bit of moisture, but also at the same time it fixes huge amount of carbon dioxide.
And you also have trees like this. Is this amalthas?
This is amalthas. Why we put inside this? Because when you have a garden, people can change the land use pattern, and subsequently somebody will make a rose garden or gula, any type of garden. But once you have trees, then you cannot cut down the trees, and also it gives flowers. So what we have done here, we have put 3 types of flowering trees, red, yellow and violet.
Now, roughly, what would be the quantum of carbon dioxide a year which can be fixed in this small area?
You see, the carbon dioxide quantum will be calculated over a period of time, because different types of plants are having different types of carbon sequestration capacity. There are a large number of plants where the standardization has been already done. It will vary from place to place, from garden to garden, right? But roughly, if you see, in our department, we have planted the trees from 1970s and see the growth which has come up, and it has stored huge amount of carbon dioxide inside these tall trees.
So a big benefit for a highly polluted city like Delhi?
Of course, because big cities like Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore, space is one of the major concerns. So if you have small packets, say for example, Delhi, you have schools, you have colleges, you have industries, you have parks. If you have small gardens, जैसे बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है, drops by drops you can create the ocean. So now if you have such type of gardens replicated across the country, this will reduce huge burden because air pollution globally kills around 70 lakhs people around India, 17 lakhs people also within the country. So that's a huge number of this thing.
Now, we also have heard of a carbon garden in the Royal Botanic Garden Kew in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
Is this a replication of that landmark facility or is it different?
It is much different because the Kew Botanical Garden, which they proposed, is mostly based on the fungi. But here it is a holistic view. The purpose of this garden is threefold. One is nobody is talking about ecosystem services. Ecosystem services is coming up as very big thing. Then you have lack of knowledge about the biodiversity. So this is a mini biodiversity park which will also enhance the knowledge of the students and the common public. That's why we have put the boards which will have knowledge. Each thing is self-explanatory.
Can this be replicated by common people in their own backyards?
Of course, this is such a model which is simple, and this will be replicated in different agroclimatic zone depending on the type of species which is available, native species which is available there. We don't want somebody to import and place it. Like we have a living fossil here, cycas, which is slow growing. We have one of the oldest living plant called spirulina, 1.3 billion years old. It is also here.
Sure. So a great place to show how carbon sequestration can happen. Is that correct?
Yes, the people can come and see the growth of this tree. Without carbon dioxide, the tree will not grow from 6 feet to almost 21 feet up to the top of the building in a period of 1.5 years.
Thanks a lot for speaking to me, Professor Dinabandhu Sahu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Professor Dinabandhu Sahu, head of the Department of Botany of the University of Delhi, and we are standing in what he calls a carbon garden, a place where carbon dioxide can be fixed and clean air can be given to the city. Some of this should be replicated across many places, not just in Delhi, but across India. A novel experiment, a carbon garden in the megapolis of New Delhi. In New Delhi, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.